Picking up where we left off in Ableton Live. I've still got Break Every Chains up here. You might want to jump straight from one song to the next in worship. You might want to have one song flow into another. You might, there's all sorts of things that you might want to do. But what we would do is we would load another song onto the next scene. So this next set of clip slots down here, I would load the pads for the next song here, the synth for the next song, the synth here, the piano, etc., etc. So I would have another song. And the way we're going to keep those separate is we're going to rename this scene. I'm going to call it Break Every. And let's make it 68 BPM, which it is. And it's in 4/4. And it's in A. That's just for two reasons. One is my own information. Let me turn off these return tracks. These two guys here kind of get in my way. Shut those off. One reason is because we want to know which song we're clicking on when we go to trigger this song, if there's a whole list of songs here on the right. But also, when I put 68 BPM in here, that's telling Ableton Live, see, the next song might be in a different tempo, and it might be in a different meter. So when I put these in this scene slot, it's changing the tempo for me. So when I click on this scene launch button, it's going to launch this whole list of clips at that tempo. It's going to set it to that tempo. I'll show you. Let's say we put in another song here. We don't have to put any clips in it. We can just make one. Let's say Holy Spirit. And let's say it's in, I don't know, a weird tempo like 121 BPM. And it's not really in 3/4, but let's assume for a moment that it's in 3/4 and that it's in the key of, oh, I don't know, G, which it's not. It's usually in the key of A. But when I launch this, watch what happens. I'll hit the button to play this clip slot. Everything that's in this clip slot will play, except there's nothing in that clip slot right now. And you'll see the global tempo of the project will change. The meter will change in response to the information that's in this scene. So there you go. If there had been information here, it would have begun to play. But you can see that it changed the tempo for us. So it's going to track along with us, and every song that we load into this set is going to be adjusted based on that. So I can set up my set for the week with all the songs that I'm going to use. And then I can make an MP3 of the entire set and send it out to my band to practice to if I want. I can also make music -1 tracks by, like, let's say I wanted something for the drummer to practice to. I could just mute the drums and create a track that has the whole band playing without the drums. Make an MP3 of that, send it off to the drummer so they have something to play to. I could mute the bass, make a -1 track for the bass, MP3, send that off to the drummer so that he's got something, or the bass player, so he's got something to practice to without any bass in it. And it just helps you sort of encourage your band to practice during the week, and then they're going to play to the exact same arrangement. So it eliminates some of the, oh, I don't know what part's coming next, and some churches are going away from this thing, and some churches are just coming on board and starting to use loops. So it might be something you want to do, and it might not. So you might want to try, consider trying it. It can help when you have to lead worship somewhere when you don't have a band. It ends up being a little bit like worship karaoke, but there's lots of ways to get around it. There's lots of ways to use Ableton to make it function for you. You can even divide up parts of the songs so that you have intro, verse, chorus, bridge in the different slots, and then you can fire them live. So you're actually playing the software, and if you decide, oh, I want to do that verse again, we can jump back to the verse and it'll do it for you. So there's another way to use it. We're going to talk just a little bit about how to separate out the clicks and the cues from the rest of the band. I'm going to take all the instruments that I want to play through the live house, and I'm going to send them out on channel 1. That's going to be the left speaker on your system in most cases. And I'm going to take click and cues and send them out on 2. And just in doing that, it separates the two signals, so they're now going down 2 paths. The simplest way to get this into your sound system is just to take a cable that has a headphone connector on one side and 2 1/4-inch cables on the other side, and then plug those 2 1/4-inch cables into 2 direct boxes, and then send those into microphone cables that go back to the board, and then the person running the sound system will put the one channel that has all the instruments in it into the house through an audio channel, and then take the one that has the clicks and the cues, and we'll mute it in the house but send it back into the monitoring system for use in people's headphones. So this would be the next step. that you would want to do in your in the set that you've created. Please do so now.